Danny had got to the end of his sentence, and I used to visit him for Brian. I used to go and visit him. And he said to me, "Oh, I'm home next weekend." So I said, "Oh, lovely, I'll come and get you." And he went, "No, I'm a big boy, I can get on a train, I don't need being picked up." So I said to him, "Well, what are you going to do?" So he said, "First stop's going to be the cemetery," because his son had been killed in a car accident. And I said, "Well, that's it, I'll pick you up. I'm not going to let you get on a train and walk around the cemetery and try and find a grave on your own. I'll pick you up." And that was the only reason I actually picked him up. And there was people in court that said, "Oh, we saw Danny Reese in the cemetery with a blonde lady, and he was sobbing on his son's grave." That it was the truth. That is the reason I picked him up. And because he was so upset, I took him to my house I said, "Go to my house and freshen up before I drop you off at your mum's." And he was there, and my son come in, and he'd got a bootleg copy of some film that was out at the time, like this sort of action. Yeah. And he went, "Oh, I'd like to see that." So Neil went, "Well, can he watch it?" I said, "We can watch it." I said, "If you like, I'd cook you something to eat and you can watch it." He said, "Yeah, thanks very much." So I cooked him a dinner. He watched the film with my son. So obviously his fingerprints was in my house, on the table, in the kitchen. He walked in and went, "Oh, I'll wash up for you." I said, "No." He went, No, I'll wash up." So his fingerprints was in my house. On the Monday, I never saw Danny again after that. On the Monday, I picked Ron up. As we walked in my house, and I said to him, "I'll pick the milk up." He picked the milk up. And I don't even know if he'd put the milk down. That's how quick my door went bang. That was the loudest bang. And this man running, this big guy, a hat down here and a top up here. I didn't even realise it was Danny. And he said in an Irish accent, "Get down on place." And Ron sort of just looked at him and went, "What's up, mate?" Like everything in my life is so weird. And with that, he fired a shot. And I thought he'd been shot in the stomach because there was blood filling up this light-coloured jacket, light blue jacket. And he just stood there. And he went to him, like, "What's that, mate?" And with that, I'm bent in the corner, and I'm sort of going like this. And I'm thinking, am I going to get shot? I don't know what's going on here. And with that, there was another shot. And then I heard this really horrible noise, and there was blood squirted everywhere in my kitchen. It was all down my back, it was all over. And as I looked round, Ron he was standing there, he went like that, and it was Danny. And he went, "You'll be all right," and ran out. And he said afterwards, "I did that for Brian, because Brian said, he's got to be stopped or he'll kill our son." He said, "And I lost my son, so that's why I did it."
How was that then, like all these men killing each other over you, basically? Do you know what I mean? It's fucking nuts. Like, how was it as well, seeing Ron dead in your kitchen?
Oh, that was awful. That was horrible, and I can still hear that noise. It was a horrible noise.
Like his last breath? Did he get shot?
No, it was...
Shot in the head?
No, he was shot in the head.
Mm-hmm.
And it was all over the kitchen. And there was just this horrible noise of like... It must have been all the blood.
Because you've always pleaded your innocence, you could have got out after 7 stretch, but you end up doing an 18.
Yeah.
But the tale is as well that Danny was there, couldn't kill him, you took the gun and shot him in the head.
But I had forensic tests done at that time.
No gun residue, no nothing.
And then they denied doing those tests.
Why?
Because the next day they said, "You didn't tell us you were Linda Calvi." And I said, "Yes, I did. It's on my statement."
Do you not have a lawyer with you?
No, I didn't need one. Because when I ran out of the house, there was a copper in the street, and he come running over, and he sort of held my arm and went, "Oh, it's 12:28, it's a murder." Literally a couple of minutes later, there were so many police cars, and they're saying to him, "Right, what happened?" He said, "A guy ran out she's just come out and there's somebody dead in there. So they said, right. So obviously I was the only person left there. They said, is there a gun in the house? No, there wasn't. So they took me in as a witness, which is actually what I was.